Hey everybody, welcome back to another Fireside Chat with Tawana. I am Tawana Blessing, executive producer of the Full Figured Industry Awards. And tonight I have the absolute pleasure of talking to a few of our nominees. This is going to be like episode one of many of our Fireside Chats with our nominees. Before I do let them do their introductions, here's what I want you guys to do. If you have not already got your tickets for the Full Figure Industry Awards, go ahead and do that. You can go to www.thefires.com. Let me go over here and turn on my comments. And the show is on November 2nd. Make sure you are following us on our social media page, the Full Figure Industry Awards, across all platforms. And so here we are again, some of our nominees. We have one nominee who just joins us. I am going to bring her in real fast before I let you guys do your introduction. So first, this is what we're going to do. Suzanne, Qimmah, and Linda in that particular order. Please go ahead and introduce yourselves to everybody. Tell everybody who you are, a little bit about what you do, and what category you are nominated in.
I'm Suzanne Vinnik. I am a fashion designer based out of Los Angeles. I was an opera singer, and now I have my line by Vinnik, where we make size-inclusive, ethically designed clothes, all manufactured here in LA. I'm super excited to be part of this stream and to be nominated for the Outstanding Designer category.
Congratulations to you, Suzanne. Let's go over to Qimmah. Qimmah, tell everybody a little bit about who you are and what category you are nominated in.
Yes. So, hi, you guys. My name is Qimmah, and I'm the founder, CEO, creator, and most importantly, the host of Pillow Talk with the T podcast. And I am a nominee and been nominated for Outstanding Podcast.
So that was a very polite way of correcting me on your name. Now say it again. Say it again. Say it
I
again.
don't listen. I don't get offended. I really don't. It's Qimmah.
Qimmah. Okay. I
Yes,
never would have got that right. Apologies on the misspell.
that's okay.
Linda, go ahead. The mic is yours.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Linda Peavy, and I am the creator and founder of Cultured Curves, which is a platform that includes resources and social media outlets and really a community that is geared towards curvy women who are over 50. And so that is my demographic. I have created a blog and resources and a first of its kind book that is geared towards style and fashion and beauty for us curvy women over 50. And I have been nominated as Outstanding Content Creator of the Year.
Congratulations to you as well. Linda, you've been nominated quite a few times. Crossing our fingers that this is going to be your year. But either way, congratulations on just being seen. You were nominated previously in, I believe it's the blogger category.
Yes. So this is my third time. I'm hoping three times is
These
the
are the charm, right?
The first 2 years, I was nominated as Outstanding Blogger for my blog, Culture Curves, which is all about sophisticated style, fashion, and beauty for curvy women over 50. And it was really the first blog that, again, merged this idea of, yes, women over 50, we want to be stylish. And there were other blogs on the market for women over 50, but then I included us curvy girls. And so to have a blog that was really focused on plus size women over 50, that was new. And so it has been, my true honor to create this platform of women, because you mentioned earlier, we want to be seen. When you're 50 years old, we're being told to go sit in a corner, and we are vivacious, we are sexy. And for many of us, we're in our Renaissance years. So I wanted to make sure that we had a platform, and that's what Culture Curves provides.
Good for you, honey. This is my year of 50. I just turned 50 this year. And when I tell you, I'm like, Life starts at 50, y'all. I'm telling
Yes,
you.
yes, yes. Let me tell you, I turned 61 this year, 61, and I tell you that it only gets better. It
Yes.
only gets better.
Yes. People used to say that to me when, when I turned 40 and I thought life was about to end soon, And people was like, "Oh, well, wait till you get to 50." And I'm like, "What? I hope I live that long." Y'all, 50 is not old. 50, you're
No,
still young.
let me tell you, when you turn 50, you will find this. You will find this, Tawana. There's just a whole lot of things you no longer care about, like including like what people say about you. Just things fall off of your back like you would not believe, because you have experienced a lot, and it's the freedom that comes with being 50 and above. It is amazing. There's a freedom that you will experience, like you'll be thinking like, why did I even spend so much of my life worried about things that just don't even serve me well anymore? And so
You're
it's only
absolutely
it's
right,
only going to
because
go up.
I turned 50 on August 25th. On August 26th, I no longer care.
That's it. That is,
It happened just
I
that
tell
fast for
you,
me.
that is it.
So here's what we're going to do. I am going to go around the room and I'm going to ask each one of you one question. This question is going to be for you and for you alone. And then, I'll let you know who's going to go first, who's going to go second. I'm not going to always pick the same person to go first. Okay. Okay, Suzanne, since you're right next to me on the screen. So,
Okay.
so this question is for you. What was the inspiration behind starting by Vinnik, and how do you see your designs empowering your clientele?
So for me, I was an opera singer for many, many years. I traveled all over the world singing. I started a platform called Shoperatic several years ago where I would rent and sell and trade gowns with a lot of my operatic colleagues. And I just kind of saw a hole in the market where I was like, there just wasn't anything like a size 10 and above. It was really slim pickings as far as like beautiful opulent pieces that you could wear on the stage that didn't look like like a trash bag from Ross.
Right.
Like if you're going to be performing for the Queen of Norway or the President, you can't show up in something that looks crazy.
True.
So that was part of the inspiration behind by Vinnik. So from there, I was styling. I was also doing photography while I was also singing on the road, just kind of being a Jill of all trades. And I really got into vintage fashion, and so I was seeing all of these just like beautiful, opulent fabrics and these really unique silhouettes. And I was like, I can't fit into any of that. I was like,
Hmm.
none of my friends can fit into any of that either. And my colleagues can't fit into that. And so that's kind of where I started designing. First, it was, like hacking up pieces and modifying them, and then, making them fit a lot of different sizes, with ingenuity and just thinking outside the box.
Hmm.
And then I came to LA and I started my line, and it just really took off. Like I never expected that, I would be doing this as like a full-time job, but COVID hit, all my singing gigs got canceled. And
Mm.
the timing was really, really right. And I was like, you know what? I'm having fun designing. I'm having fun doing this. What if I focus all my attention on this and I just see what by Vinnik can actually be? And from there, it took off, and I haven't looked back since.
Good for you. We're gonna talk about that gown over your, I believe it's your left shoulder.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. We're gonna talk about that. But let me go on to Linda right now. Linda, Culture Curves is such a vibrant space for plus size women. What was the biggest challenge you faced when you started?
I would say being able to let women know that this was a safe space, right? Because these are mature women. They're over 50. They've been through a lot, especially at this age. A lot of women have, for example, they have gone through a divorce. So they're trying to find themselves again, right? or they're empty nesters. Their kids are out of the house and, off to college, and all of a sudden, they have the opportunity to take care of themselves, or they're retired, but they didn't know whether or not this would be an opportunity for them to be themselves, because there just isn't a lot of spaces for us to be able to speak about how does it feel to be this curvy woman over 50. And so I wanted to make sure that they knew this was a safe space for them to be a part of. And throughout the 4 years since I've started Culture Curves, I've been able to create this platform where, and it's so amazing to see, because if I have, for example, remote sessions where I'm just talking about style and wardrobe, and typically the women who come on, they start off being very quiet because they don't know what to expect, because no one has really said to them, I want to hear what you have to say, right? I want to hear how you feel as a woman over 50 and how you feel about being plus size. And then eventually they always open up. So I needed to make sure that they knew that this was not an opportunity to exploit them, but to allow them to be themselves and really talk about, their journey. Many of these women have been plus size for many, many years, but no one ever asked them, like, how do you feel? What do you think about fashion and style and clothes? So I just wanted to make sure that they knew I was going to be an advocate for them. And in order to do that, I, of course, had to tell my story. I've been plus size since the second grade. So I've lived in nothing but a plus size body. So by being able to share that information with them and share, my mountains and my valleys and everything that I've experienced being a plus size woman, uh, it allowed them to let their guard down and know, okay, she's been in my shoes, so I can trust her to provide a community for us where, we can talk about how we feel, because my platform is not just about style and fashion and beauty. It's also about body positivity and self-esteem. And I make sure in the book and throughout the blog, there's always an opportunity for me to encourage and inspire women that, they want to be able, and they need to be able to love what they see when they look in the mirror. And it's never about like glorifying obesity, but it's about starting every journey from a place of love. I don't believe that anything good comes from hating yourself and hating how you look. And so being able to provide that platform has been super important to me, because I know what I've been through in my journey, just getting, to be this, this 61-year-old woman that's still plus size. So that's been a great honor for me to serve these women. And that's what I do, is I serve them.
Girl, you look amazing.
Thank
You
you. Thank you. Thank
you
you.
two, listen, if somebody asked me to guess your age, it wouldn't be nowhere near 61.
Bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you. I appreciate that.
So you just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Okay. So um girl, Q.
Just call me Q
Q.
Plus or either Queen.
Girl.
Yes, it's easier that way.
Listen, in my mind, I had it in my mind until it almost came out my mouth, and I was like, "Girl, brain, that is not it." Oh my gosh. Yeah. So when we do our next script writing, I'm gonna have to really just spell your name completely different.
Yeah, you have to
Don't
spell
worry,
it
you
the
won't
way
see.
it's pronounced. Yeah.
Right. So this question is for you. What inspired you to start Pillow Talk with the T? And what has been your most who has been your most memorable guest so far?
I would say basically I started Pillow Talk with the T podcast due to the fact of just creating no judgment, safe space, and zone for women to be able, or even just not even women, but of course majority of my listeners are women, to be able to come and tell their story, their truth, and their experience. And I emphasize on their truth, because everyone's truth and story and experience is completely different.
Big facts.
And I definitely wholeheartedly believe that we have to respect each other's truth and experience, because we can't judge it. And so just creating that space is just allow people to be unapologetically who they are,
Mm-hmm.
um, and to live organically and authentically, um in their shoes, no matter what, if they're going to do, like even Linda said, going to do the valleys, the highs, the lows, and you just beginning your journey or you end through your journey. So I created that space because I feel like during the part of healing and being in your healing journey, it comes with the uncomfortable conversations. And no one said that healing was going to be comfortable. And I feel like when you do speak about and you do end up going in that battle of having that uncomfortable conversation, and you could sit in it and you could have that conversation, you end up coming out feeling 2 feet taller than when you actually went in. Because you actually say, I didn't run from it. I didn't hide from it. I actually stayed in the trenches.
Right.
So that what made me actually created this space. And also just thinking about with my grandparents and how all our grandparents and the wisest ones used to do, where they swept it under the rug and ignored the big old
Mm-hmm.
pink elephant in the room. So I did not want to continue that generational curse continuing on and on and on. I wanted us to be able to have the conversations so we could continue to heal and stop the curses of the generational curse. And I would say my most memorable guest, I can't really never really pick them. But of course, even with Jenny Ferguson that I did have, as well as Molly Hopkins, who is also a nominee. Those was definitely one. Those are one of out of the top five. I would say, but I would say all my guests to me is memorable because again, me having this podcast is like therapy to me. And I also truly believe in the motto of the teacher never stop being a teacher. So I truly believe in that.
I think we lost
Oh, I
her.
think we lost her.
All right, I'm going to let's see. Hopefully, we get her back. All right, I'll bring her in if we get her back. Oh, that was unfortunate because that story was getting good. Oh,
Yes.
wait, I think she came back. Hold on a second. We lost you
Ah,
for a
there
minute,
we
girl.
go.
Yeah, I'm
We
sorry
lost.
about that, guys.
All
I'm
good,
sorry.
all
It's
good, all good.
it's listen, it's the devil, but but I reviewed it, and I meant to put up the D&D on anytime I do interviews or anything. I always put my D&D, but I completely got for work and ran in here. But yeah, so I definitely believe in the whole model of basically just you know, just end up having those just the teacher never stop being the student. And also all my guests come on dropping gems and jewels, and sometimes I have to be my cup have to be filled up. Not only
Yes,
me filling their cup up, because if I keep filling people cup up and I'm dropping them gems and jewels, then I'm not being replenished and I'm left empty. So of course I stand there just recording with my guests that come on, and I'm listening to the messages, the gems, the jewels, the knowledge that they drop in, the wisdom, and I'm still being encouraged and fulfilled. So those are all my guests to me is very memorable because again, they never leave out of that recording session basically feeling the same way that they came.
I love that. I tell the story often about when it comes to nominations, right? A lot of you I already know because I've been in the industry for a little while. And there are some people who, I'm introduced to during this nomination process when all the nominations come in and, we have to go through everything. Your podcast was new to me,
Mhm.
which was a great opportunity because what I do then is I sit down and I listen to, the podcast because now I know I need to know what you about. Right?
Yes,
Why were
yes.
you nominated? Who are you? So between your podcast and Thick Radio, I listened to a lot of your previous shows. So very good, very powerful. Keep it up.
Thank
Keep it
you.
up.
Thank you.
So now I'm going to ask each one of you this same question. And we're going to go in this order. um, Open up your minds because this is not going to be anything about your brand, okay? So, Q, since we got you on, we're going to do you, we're going to do Suzanne, and we're going to do Linda, okay?
Okay.
So, if your brand had a theme song, what would it be?
I would definitely say, ooh, it's hard because between the Good Morning Gorgeous by Mary J. Blige and Just Fine.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that. See, that gave y'all time over there to think about it. And Linda is still like, what? All right, Linda, what song?
You know, the one song that came to me immediately was "I'm a Survivor."
Yes.
That
Yeah.
is what came immediately to me because as women over 50, that's who we are. We're survivors. You know, we've been through a lot. And that's why I'm always advocating for our voices to be heard, because we have a lot to say. There's a lot of wisdom there. And that is absolutely the first song that came to my mind.
Okay, love it, love it. All right, Suzanne.
Okay, so mine's a weird one, because my background is opera. I would say my theme song would be Visitarte, which is the aria from the opera Tosca, which is for art and beauty. So I think the aria really serves my community, in that, like, we are all divas, we are all people who love to be seen, and we all have this thread of creativity between all, like, each and every one of us. We're all artists. We're all people who love to, whether we get dressed in the morning, we're making art. Like, our bodies are the art. So I think that would be the theme song for by Vinnik.
Love that.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And so I'm gonna go ahead and answer this question, right? And I was trying to think of the artist, and I hope I don't get her wrong. Um, I think Christina Aguilera sings the song "You Are Beautiful."
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that
Yes.
would be mine.
Yeah. Okay.
That was the song
Beautiful.
that came to my head. I had no intention on answer that question, but I said, you know what? Get ready, because somebody gonna say, "Well, what is yours?"
No, that's a beautiful, beautiful
It
song
is.
Yes,
with
thank
with
you.
a message. With a
Hmm.
message.
Yes.
Powerful. All right,
Very.
so we're going to go back into the brands. Linda, you are up first. We're going to do Suzanne and then we'll do Q. So let's see. If you could create a viral trend overnight, what would it be?
Wow, a viral trend. I think it would be something that would include it would be something like fantastic, some fantastic article of clothing that really highlights and showcases mature women, but it would absolutely be made with leopard. Like
Oh, leopard.
leopard, yes, that is like my my favorite.
She's over there looking for leopard.
Oh yes, it would, and it would be something so beautiful and so extravagant, but it would also be made, especially for us curvy, mature women. So it would be a showstopper. It would be a showstopper because I'm
Linda.
all about like sophisticated fashion, and sometimes that's lost in a lot of the designs and designers. That's why it's amazing what I'm seeing behind Suzanne, because it's like, wow, like those are my clothes. And you don't see that even on the runways, right? You don't see
Right.
that. So it would be something amazing, some amazing fashion design with leopard. That's
I'm sensing a collaboration here. I don't know, but Suzanne, I'm sensing it, right? You feel
and
it,
it would,
right?
it would have to be modeled by someone over 50 and curvy, because that is what you are not seeing. I mean, just now we know people like Gwen DeVoe. She's now walking the runways, for New York Fashion Week, but that was a long time coming. Like, we're just not being represented when it comes
Yeah.
to the runways. So to have some incredibly, beautiful curvy woman over 50 walking a runway with some fantastic creation is going to go viral, because you don't see it. You just don't see it.
All right, Suzanne, you're up. If you could dress any celebrity for the Met Gala, who would it be? And what would the outfit possibly look like?
Hmm. Who would I dress? I think I would go back. I think I would go back and I would actually dress somebody that I've worked with before. I'm really loving Natasha Rothwell. I love her new show, and we just had uh, the wrap that came out where she was wearing one of our pieces, and I think I would love to create something just totally over the top for her because I love this show so much, and I'm like it's just such a good show, and I'm like she's just like the total embodiment of like who my brand is and like the type of woman that I see in my clothes. So I think I would definitely I'd reach out to her again.
Okay, okay. All right, you. Um, if you had to host a special episode where you could interview any historical figure, who would it be and what would you ask them?
Oh, good question. Look, let's see. Um, mm, I I don't know. What first thing that's coming to my mind because I'm a woman that likes to go straight to what comes to my head, and I don't know if he's historic, but of course we basically he's the universe of all the university. But I would definitely interview Jesus. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay.
I really would.
Now, what would you ask him? I
I
have
would
a
listen.
few questions.
Me too. Me too.
Yes, I would definitely. One of my questions would be is basically would be what was your thought process in the mix of everything that was going on in that time, and knowing the fact that half of the time you sat back and watched while things had occurred, and
Mm,
yeah. So that would be one of my biggest questions, and then everything probably else would just start trans and triple in effect of thinking once as he started talking, that's when my other questions will start generating.
okay, okay. Um, my question be like, why you keep putting me on a strong person list? I don't want to be here. I'm kidding. Jesus, I'm kidding. I'm okay here. Oh, all right. So next question. Oh, fun question. You ready?
Yeah.
Um, Suzanne, Q, and Linda. If you could have one superpower, what would it be and why?
Um, mine's come. I always say when that question normally asked to me, I would say I think it's telepathy. Normally, you could end up being visible. Like I could
Okay.
just blink here, blink here, blink here. Blink here.
Okay, you
Yeah,
just want to pop up and on people.
I just want to just pop up on people, and sometimes some people are meant to be actually scared to the Holy Ghost. Yeah.
Okay.
So when I want to be gone, I just be gone. Like
It's gone. Okay. In the blink of an eye, literally.
yes.
Gotcha. Suzanne.
I think I would clone myself because I can never be everywhere that I need to be. It's like people are like
Interesting.
saying, you need to be here in New York, you need to be here doing this thing in Paris. Or like even as far as like, manufacturing and like having to go to this one and drive to that one, then, do my lives and do all the things that I do. I'm like, I just need more me's. I need more me's.
So,
But I don't know what would happen at night because I'm like, they need to go away. There's like too much, way too much meat.
right.
Or
And so
they get poofed off. I'm like,
here's
I
my
need you to
follow-up question to you. Do you think that you will get along with your clone?
Mm.
hell no. No, I'd be like, you have too much to say. You have too many thoughts, too many strong opinions, but they're the same opinions as mine. Like, I think Suzanne minions they would need to like self implode after the task is done.
Gotcha. Linda.
The first thing that came to my mind was the superpower would be the power to heal, because there's just so many women in particular, people, but women in particular, who look in the mirror and they're just not satisfied with what they see, and they've gone through so much trauma. Q talked earlier about just this issue of transformation.
Mm-hmm.
And so much of that trauma, especially childhood trauma, is carried with them throughout their lives, throughout their work. It shapes everything they do. It shapes how they show up in the world. It shapes how they receive the world. And that's the first thing that came to my mind, would be just the power to heal.
I love
Yeah.
that.
I
I
love
love
I
that.
love that, because even the because like that even that's the thing that was even going into my head, me popping in on people, because even what you just say, Linda, even with some women, not only just healing, but sometimes some women need to be reminded, of who they are. And sometimes they struggle with just having those affirmations to tell themselves and looking at themselves and speaking to themselves. So I would definitely want to pop in on them women and say, you could do it. Let's do it together.
Hmm.
Love that. I love that. Okay, Linda, what has been the most rewarding part of connecting with your community through Cultured Curves?
Without a question, the opportunity to show women that they are enough, that they are worthy, that getting mature is not a death sentence. I had a young lady say to me, she wasn't 40 yet, and I work with her a lot. And she said, up until she met me, and she really, read what I'm doing, and she's a part of the community. She reads the newsletters. She said she literally was horrified at the idea of growing older, and at the idea of just growing to be 50. Like, I'm sorry, at 40, to be after 40, she felt it was just all downhill. And so I hear from women who send me emails, who send me text messages to let me know that it's like, wow, I never thought that I could be sexy after the
Hmm.
age of 50. I never thought I could wear a two-piece bikini. Like, people know I rock a two-piece bikini in a minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never saw myself as being this vivacious person being over the age of 50. And so the idea that, God has utilized me in some way to actually allow there to be some level of transformation in these women's lives, like, to me that is purpose. Like, to me that is
Yeah,
purpose. And it makes everything that I do absolutely worthwhile.
love that. Okay, good answer. Q, how do you keep the conversations real and raw while balancing the humor and serious topics?
Um, I basically keep my conversations real and raw by basically going off the things that I go through in my real life. In regards to, if I'm experiencing it, I feel like I know that there's other people in this world experiencing, and those are the
Mm-hmm.
conversations that we all need to have in this season, in this moment, in this time. And my whole process for each topic, for each season, is pray, meditate, and fast. Because again, when you hear these conversations I'm having, this is not me just jotting down stuff because it's trending, because it's popular, because, oh, I think it's going to get views and listeners. These are actually topics that comes to me from the universe, the energy, and also from my real life, that I'm having conversations with my own family, with my own son, with my own siblings, and with my own parents and aunts and uncles. So I definitely be like, if I'm having this conversation, I'm feeling this type of way, I think the world needs to have this conversation. So that's how I decide to spark up those flames, to start having those real, raw, authentic conversations.
Okay. Suzanne, if Vinnik could collaborate with a famous artist or brand to create a capsule collection,
Mm.
who or what brand would it be?
Well, that's easy for me. It would be shoes because I I think I really know my clientele. Like I design with my actual customer in mind. Like I go live several times a week on Instagram and I do live sales and like we have all these events and we have like our diehard by Vinnik fans. They come out to everything. They are my muses, they are my inspiration. But I think the only thing that I probably couldn't do as a designer would probably be a shoe because it's just a different skill set than what I have. So
Hmm.
I would probably do a collaboration with John Fluvog, who's one of my favorite shoe designers, and they are one of the few brands that also they are size inclusive, so they carry larger size shoes. But I would say let's even go further with it. I have wanted to do just like crazy shoes to match all my pieces because you always want to have something that's a head to toe.
Yeah.
It's a head to toe because I have a lot of pieces that I've upcycled, like a lot of our shoes for our photo shoots, and people always see them and they're like, "Oh my god, can I buy those?" And I'm like, "They're just for shoot."
Okay, I love that. I love that. I really enjoy talking to you ladies. But we can't stay here all night. So here's what first and foremost. Congratulations to each and every one of you on your nominations. Good luck.
Thank you.
Win, lose, or draw, people see you and keep doing what you're doing. I love the fact that your brands are so personal to you. And I do wish you all much success. Suzanne, you're still going to tell me about that gown in the back, but here's what we're going to do. So I'm going to let you go last on that. Q, Linda, and Suzanne. Please tell everybody where they can find you. Q, especially when does your podcast episodes drop, where they can listen to it. Linda, information on your newsletter, Suzanne, your website, all that good stuff. Q, I'll let you go first.
Yes, so you guys can find Pillow Talk with the T podcast on all social media platforms as well as on all podcast streaming platforms, iHeart, Spotify, Amazon, Pandora, wherever your podcast platform that's your favorite on your phone that you love or even in your car. Also, we have the YouTube channel that's Pillow Talk with the T. You could go to the YouTube channel, make sure you go like, subscribe, and comment, and turn on your bell notifications because season 6 is coming November, and we're going even more raw, even more real, and definitely unapologetically on this season. This season.
Love it, love it, love it. Linda.
Yes, you can find my blog at culturecurves.com. And you can find me on Instagram at culturecurves, the number one. My writing is across different platforms. I write a bit for the Today Show, usually if they're looking for a contributor that speaks to fashion for women over 50. My last contribution was just maybe a couple of weeks ago where they were wanting to know like about jeans for women over 50. So the Today Show, but also, my book, which is an award-winning book, The Culture Curves Guide to Style for Mature Curvy Women, is available on the blog, culturecurves.com/book or Amazon. And you can also send me an email, linda@culturecurves.com. And of course, I have a Facebook page and I have a Facebook group of incredible, remarkable women. And it's all under the Culture Curves brand on Facebook.
Love it. Congrats on the book.
Thank you.
Suzanne.
So you can find by Vinnik. Our website is byvinnik.com. You can find us on Wolf and Badger. You can also find us on Instagram. I go live several times a week. I'm always live on Tuesdays around 3 p.m. Pacific time. And then I try to go live like on Thursdays and Fridays as well to show all of my new drops and my new collections. You can also find us on every social media platform. Instagram, a little on TikTok, but I feel like I'm a little old for that one. Pinterest, and you name it. So find us there.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get into TikTok. Tell me about this gown because this gown is gorgeous.
This
No,
this
the
one.
other one. That one's cute too, but yes.
So
Nope.
this is
The other one.
This
Yep,
one.
yep, yep,
Okay.
yep.
So this is actually our Bohemian robe, which is one of my original designs. And we went through and we did it in sequins. We have chiffon versions of them, some velvet versions. But this one is, you can wear it open, you can wear it closed. With my designs, I try to make things that you can style them like several different ways. A lot of my pieces are reversible because I want to give you options. Like, I don't want you to wear these pieces one time. I want you to wear them over and over and over and over and over and over again.
I love it. That is gorgeous, by the way.
Thank
It
you.
is beautiful.
Yeah,
All right.
very
Thank
beautiful.
you guys for joining me. I appreciate you. Don't go nowhere because I see you cute looking for the buttons. You stay right
No,
there.
I'm not. I'm just
She was like, "Oof, it's over."
no. I'm trying to adjust my bottom. You know, the
All
girls with the
good.
curves, we gotta adjust the bottoms, honey.
Oh man, I really appreciate you guys for taking the time out to join me on the first installment of our nominees fireside chat. You guys, once again, if you have not gotten your tickets, please go ahead and get your tickets. Thefires.com tickets are still available. We have exactly 44 tickets left. Let me just tell you that. So don't wait until the last minute because the show will sell out. It sells out very fast. And make sure you guys are following us on all of our social media platforms, the Full Figure Industry Awards across all social media platforms. Don't judge me on TikTok. I'm still trying to get used to TikTok. It's a lot. But yeah, our next fireside chat is tomorrow. So while I'm talking, let me just throw up the graphics for you guys. Our next fireside chat is tomorrow. So make sure you tune back in tomorrow. Follow us on YouTube, all that good stuff. The show is November 2nd. If you are watching us on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for us. Give us a thumbs up and just make sure you are in the building this year. We do appreciate everybody, and everybody, please do